Hello everybody and welcome back to the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. We're going to pick this up from the saloon car. There's a reward for Amachow. And that tree is very blurry as if we're moving. Whoa, look at this place. Amy, where are you? Tails, where are you? Amy? Tails, definitely Tails. The murderer, I'm over here. I think Amy's gone on ahead. It seems she's really excited. Did you need something from me? Yeah, just a question really. How do I put this? Your friend is dead. What if Sonic is actually hurt? He's laughing? Sonic doesn't go down that easy. He's on a train full of his friends. Nothing would actually happen to him. We're all just really committed to the mystery frame. You have nothing to worry about, promise. Plus, Sonic likes to nap in a lot of strange spots. He's fine. He's making a lot of sense, but I can't shake what Sonic said to me. Is this really part of the murder mystery game, or is there something deeper happening? I need more evidence to figure out what's going on. So Sonic was drugged from whatever was in that red cup. Can I tag along with you? It's my job to keep an eye on you. It's my job. The train rules say I gotta stay and watch after everyone. You just want to hang out with me, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. I don't have eyes from this perspective, Tails. How is everyone great at reading people but me? I'm the one who sucks. As you said, the best detectives have sidekicks, so I'm happy to have you. If you ever catch me looking glum, though, you just know it's because, where's my Lord Carter? And the last guy to work a case with me ditched our practice to join the evil Dr. Eggman. Not a proper detective without baggage. This is true. You varmints. What are you doing in my saloon? He's trying so hard to stay in character. Knuckles, we're trying to figure out who murdered Sonic. I could see that Amy Mosey on through told me all about it. Enough of that. I wonder how long he kept that voice up for Amy. We were wondering if you could tell us what you were up to before the murder. Anything that helps us establish your alibi and... Nope, I got nothing to tell either of you. Leave me alone. He's the murderer, he did it. I'm the murderer, and he's the murderer. He's obviously agitated about something, but why take it out on us? I know better than to argue with Knuckles, so it seems we're on our own. The murderer, we need to figure out what Knuckles was up to while we were all apart. Let's investigate for clues and then interrogate. Right, let's do it. There's a broken arcade machine. There's more trash. There's a weird glass. The arm. I want to ask the arm. The robot arms here are really helpful. Hi. What are you looking at? What's the arm doing to my hair? He fixed it up a bit. That's incredible. What interesting tech. Oh, should I fear for my job a little bit? How well can it microwave? Extremely well. It's a couple buttons, my dude. We got a bowl of assorted nuts, the classic saloon snack. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Kinda bland. Yeah, nuts do be like that. Huh, seems like someone licked all the salt off of them. I prefer my nuts. How do I want to word that? That doesn't sound weird. I like my nuts extra virgin. I don't think that's what I want to go with. But anyway. Or maybe they're just unsalted. Yeah, that seems more likely. Looks like we can go to the next door. What's up there? Howdy, partners. All right, let's look at the glasses now. The murderer. This is interesting. What is? It's just a few used cups. Sure, but why are there three? I don't know, because someone had more than one drink and it was different. They didn't want to reuse the cup. Knuckles was really thirsty. Maybe the other ones, as they walked through to their places, because, you know, no, wrong one. Because, like, you know, on the map, they were at different locations past this car, maybe. I don't know, something obvious. The murderer, this one is red, it has lipstick on the rim. Oh, it was Rouge. Rouge, I'll investigate further. That's not Knuckles' color at all. Someone must have been here. We should log this. Used cups are added to inventory. I'm so glad we put that in there. All right, broken arcade machine, let's see. Clearly we won't be able to give this game Super Monkey Ball a try. Oh man, Super Monkey Ball's great. Now it's Super Dead Ball. Do we think it broke when the train sped up? The damages look more to be caused from punches? Who could have done that? I'm willing to bet it's the guy named after his fist. Knuckles. Or handsy. Handy. What are you two looking at me for? Smashed arcade is out of inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's interrogate Knuckles and find out what really happened. Hey, Knuckles. Did I search a trash can? Anyway, I thought I told you to leave me alone. I like your hat. Knuckles, are you blushing? I said leave me alone. Is that a Master Emerald in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? It doesn't look like he's used to being complimented. Did you just adjust your hat a bit so we could see it better? I said leave. Never mind. Trash can, what we got? This one's empty as well. I'm starting to think that your theory on something always being hidden in trash is flawed. It's only a matter of time, Tails. Have faith. This is like West of Loathing. We're going to search every spittoon until we get all of them. It's as they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I think Tails is ignoring me. Alright, Knuckles, we're ready for the start interrogation. Knuckles, the murderer, and I need to determine what you were doing during the hour the murder took place. Look, just because I'm the murderer doesn't mean that I was the murderer. Got it? Got it. I already told you, buzz off. You're not getting anything out of me. Thankfully, we don't need you to say much. What happened here is pretty obvious. It is? We have evidence too. We do? The murderer, just take a good look at our inventory. What was distracting Knuckles during the time Sonic was murdered? He was playing the arcade. The arcade machine? Ha! What makes you think I touched it? I gotta think real hard about this one, guys. I need 30 thought points. More rings, more rings. Ah, bouncing things. I fell. Oh, I see. You got no argument here. You're weak. The murderer, let's follow that train of thought again. So if you fall, it's instant game over, but if you touch the spikes, you just lose some rings. This is how Sonic does all of his thinking. He has to collect all of the rings in his mind. Oops. Boing. So doing those sends you too far for some of these. 42 out of 30. This isn't a tough one, Knuckles. Knuckles, you clearly touched the arcade machine because Super Monkey Ball is your favorite game. Yeah, your hair was found at the scene. The arcade cabinet was covered in punches. Yeah. What evidence do you have that the damages are punches? Knuckles, they're knuckle-shaped. What are you all staring at my hands for? Knuckles, you clearly destroyed the machine, but why? I need a punching bag and no more available to me. Just a sudden urge to punch, huh? I believe repairing the arcade machine will give us our answer. How will you? I'm on it, the murderer. Distract Knuckles while I fix Super Monkey Ball. Knuckles, look out the window. Gotta collect 30. Oh no! Whoa! Wow! $44 out of 30. The arcade machine is fixed. All we did was have him look at us as we thought really hard. We did no distracting. He did it himself. A quick look at the scores. I'm pulling it up now. Oh, Nuck. What does this tell us? Nothing, obviously. It tells us something massive. Look at the name at the top of the list. It's Vector. He's supposed to be on the library car. The picture's begging to be painted here. You competed with Vector to see who can get the highest score, and Vector beat you. And in frustration, you destroyed the arcade cabinet. He's punching the air in frustration. You're guessing. Where's your proof? Where's your evidence? Vector's a common name. Prove it to me he was here now. What would prove that there was multiple people here? It's almost like the multiple glasses would have done that. But we gotta wait until we think real hard about it and collect the rings inside of our mind. Barely enough because I got hit by the spikes. Now the murderer, what proves Vector is here with Knuckles? Well, let's see. We only have one other thing. No! I thought it was strange there was more than one cop sitting next to you. While you were supposed to be participating in the murder mystery game for Amy's birthday, you and Vector enjoyed some drinks playing arcade. It's not like... I wasn't... don't tell Amy. I think we're on the right track here. He literally confessed. It's as you say, Vector popped in at the top of the hour wanting to play the arcade machine with me to make an alibi so that way he wouldn't be detected as the murderer. We went back and forth trying to figure out the game, but when we did, we competed for the high score. When he bested me, I destroyed the machine, no proof of his win. I was trying to fix the arcade cabinet before you two came in. Honest, I didn't want to be caught. And that's my story and alibi. I've already told you an abridged version of this to Amy. Boy, this friend group has a lot of pride issues. Well, that explains one of the used cups, but what about the cup with the lipstick? It was you. We know, Knuckles. It's okay. Rouge was in here too. No way! It's not like we totally thought of that earlier. Tails, why are you surprised? It's inconsequential, not worth mentioning. She searched around for something but failed, made fun of us. Obnoxious, that one. But you offered her a drink, apparently? Listen, I don't know why she showed up, and I've told you everything that happened before the train sped up. Are you not satisfied? Will you two relent? I'm understanding this scenario. Vector visited to play games, Rouge couldn't find something and left, and then Knuckles destroyed the machine. That all makes sense, thank you for answering. So many of her quit. Actually, that's not everything, is it, Knuckles? What did you make that arm do? I want to step back on something I noticed. One more name on the high score list doesn't make sense. The murderer, can you take a look at it one more time? An odd name on the high score list? I didn't even look that far. Toast, apple, bread, ultim. Wait, ultim? Like ultimate life form? Like Shadow? All the other names have food theme, but this one, oh, I didn't even notice they were all food. But anyway, who here goes by Ultim? You may not know the murderer, but you may not know the murderer, because it's a the, it made it sound weird. But there is someone here that goes by the title, the Ultimate Life Form. It's the locksmith. There really someone here that goes by that? Nothing sneaks by you, does it, bud? Vector and I were struggling so much with the game, but then Shadow dropped by. So Shadow was here too? He taught us the game and was the first to get his name on that scoreboard. Vector and I fought to beat Shadow's score. They're both very annoying. You all immediately had to compete, huh? He gave me this before he left. What's two? Shadow told me to lock the door and not to open it for anyone. Then he left. When Vector was leaving, I locked the door behind him. I saw no one else after locking the door. That's the honest truth. So when Amy came through here not too long ago, did you open the door for her? No, I think she has some sort of key too. That's right, she has the birthday key. Well, I have a lot of questions. What happened in the library to cause Vector to come here? Why is Shadow locking doors, and what was Rouge searching for? I don't know, they didn't tell me, even though I asked with that cowboy accent. You're gonna have to find them and ask them yourselves. Interrogation complete. More information than I expected to get here, but it seems we can move on. As of right now, I believe your story, Knuckles, but we'll only know for sure after we confirm things with Vector. Fair enough, the library's the next car. I'll open the lock for you. Give whoever KO'd Sonic an earful for me, Detective Tails and Butler. My name is the murderer. I liked it better when he wasn't talking to us. Will do, Sheriff. Come here, the murderer. Let's head to the library. On it. This is way more exciting than microwaving chili dogs. You're doing it wrong. The murderer! Where? I'm coming. Breathtaking views. Wow, chow. The train passes by some incredible sights. I'm just happy to be traveling at a normal speed. I get nauseous pretty easily. I have to avoid things like roller coasters. I don't mind roller coasters, so I find myself running on the tracks more than I do riding in the cars. I'll never understand his friend group. Tails, wouldn't you be grinding on the rails though? The typical Sonic thing to do? Whatever. Ready to mosey down to the next car? No way, dangnabbit. I guess the investigation could wait a bit longer. Yeah, there was something else. Moving on. You got it, partner. Onwards. Go. Move. Move. Another robot arm holding a book. Hang in there. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, SBO and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Have you found any leads yet? Want to join us in finding clues? She's gonna do it on her own anyway. Have you found any leads yet? Oh, the detective pair needs help from the birthday girl. She knows everyone's allowed to be sassy. She knows... Yes, everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. Yes, I did read that correctly. This tip's just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, do you doubt the birthday girl? I have a birthday key. The birthday girl has the master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. Acting like this is such a normal thing. I'll solve the case before anyone else. Bye! Amy must be hasty, but she's thorough. Now what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, the murderer. Just making sure things go well. Here to ask if anyone's hungry. Yeah, that's my job, but the microwave might have been broken. I'm just here to make sure things are going well. Things aren't going great. Not sure if you've forgotten, but there was a murder. Yeah, it's in the name. I mean, besides that. Besides murder? My social skills, non-existent. I'm Vector the Butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. I can only imagine what this is going to be clipped on Twitter. I'm SBO, the poet. Poetry, a resonant message from the poet to reader meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Roses are red. Sonic is blue. He's dead. Pin it. Done. Teardrops into spring, can you hear me sing? La 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 la, dee 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 dee. I'm unimpressed. Was that it? I have more if you like. I can't think of a haiku right now. Cherry blossoms in the spring. It is snowing on Mount Fuji. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. The murderer and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure, it was simple. We came down here, we played a game with Knuckles, he went apeshit on that fucking arcade machine, and then we came over here where, you know, we kind of killed Sonic. I mean... When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through the library car, where Amy told me and SBO to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so we left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup in the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. Treasure. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car. Then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking the doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car, where Knuckles and I were playing games. So, Knuckles just walked through the doors. It seems like they're doing a whole lot of explanation. He insisted on showing us Super Monkey Ball, showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again and locked the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. How do you know that? You didn't see him. You're still in the other one. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. We sat trapped here until Amy asked us questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Espio and Vector couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I've got you covered too. Roses are red, violets are blue. This is the library car. Sonic's dead. Thanks, guys. Their alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post to determine if Espio was actually in a library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Let's get to the tail end of the situation. Don't say that again. Alright, we got books on the floor. We got, oh, trash can. What's in it? Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check here. I hate to say it, but nothing's here. I really thought there'd be something too. The murderer? Are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. An unlikely story, Tails. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay, these trash bins hide a secret. I'm sure of it. You're pretty unconventional, but I like that. That was supposed to be was that supposed to be a compliment? On the bottom of each trash bin is actually the words, I killed Sonic, written in somebody's blood. I mean handwriting. Hang in there. A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. A large text below reads, hang in there. Wow, I really needed to see this. Huh? This little chow's hanging in there, refusing to use his wings to fly safety. Because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. Is that what it means? I just kind of thought he was dumb. That's beautiful. If the chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster. That's what I thought. It was just for the phrase and to match all of the memes. Right? I guess that thought was put into the poster since it's in the game. They put the line in. Oh, we can look this way. Oh, ooh, hidden books. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. I mean, you didn't say read them. You can look at them just fine. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little pig wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the books titles excitedly. He's like a kid in the candy shop, or in this case, a genius on a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one, the Mirage Express Manual. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on, in case you forgot. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Espio can't actually recite the alphabet, so he doesn't know what alphabetical order is, so he wasn't reading, he was just pretending. What's this? What's this bright red book? Oh, yuck, this reeks of evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yup, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. I want to see his poached eggs. Who cares? I want to trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. I mean, the really high-tech robots weren't like, you know, an idea that maybe he made the train and the robot. Anyway, maybe people just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. Globe. A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They were all a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Remember that one time Sonic and I went to space? Yeah, the moon blew up. That sounds that sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area and make one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind, Professor Pickle. I'll definitely remember that. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Oh, poor thing, that arm is really struggling to clean up its car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. I like how nobody's worried that this train is stopped on the tracks with, you know, just having either hit something or whatever. So many books on the ground, I wish I had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up, but Rouge pulled a lot of these out searching for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for these poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Ooh, brochures. There are travel destinations ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh, it's this building. It's where we're standing. There's a couple maps here. This seems to be a map of the library car. The books are organized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's some stalactites. Nah, I'll leave it. Oh, haha, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. Places that are moist, damp, and alone. Like me in my little closet. Microwaving my chili dogs. Chaos Cola. Did I look at everything? I guess we talk to them now. Fancy a poem? Can I get a poem about trains? Locomotive in motion. I think I lost my lotion. The windows show the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion. Oh, thanks. I actually really like that one. Huh? Can I take your order? I have a poem about this. My starved stomach babbled, though I ignored the grumbly tummy. For the eggs I received are scrambled when I asked for my eggs sunny. Oh wow, we don't serve any eggs on the train though. My talent is wasted on you lot. Yeah, I can't microwave them without like the microwave thing that probably makes them suck. Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train. You actually tried to bring a knife on the train? I'm a man of authenticity sales. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hid the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. I agree, Tails. Can I take your order? Oh yes, please, I'm starved. Actually, I'm off duty at the moment. The murder mystery is more important. Then why would you show the menu to me? Come on, the murderer, why would you tease him like that? And here I thought I could trust you. You made a fool of me. Look, the murderer, you've made him a fool. Come on, the murderer, smooth this over. No, I'm the fool. Yeah. I smooth things over, but at what cost? Let's look at the map. Everything seems fine, I guess. Shadow walked through that door. When Shadow left the library car, he locked his door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I believe we should. I think we found enough clues. Let's interrogate Vector and Espio and find out what really happened. Espio, I want, give me a poem about trains. Okay, it's the same one. Can I have one about space? I've made it up to space with my beloved antique vase. But a mistake in my haste dropped the vase from my embrace, so my antique I must now replace. What caused you to drop the vase? Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? Is there a vase on the ground? Nope, just a bunch of books. Start the interrogation. So, the two of you don't believe us, huh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. The murderer and I are here to confirm two things. First, you believe his name is the murderer. Second of all, why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library card to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if need. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were just instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car. I figured I'd check it out. This seems to line up with the information we've gathered with Knuckles. Then, that brings our attention to you, SPO. Rouge entered the library car, found something, and then left. You said she immediately started reading, but... You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was! Once SPO starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? SPO doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it's embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch of what book it might be. The Murderer, could you help me out? Alright, The Murderer, what book was SPO looking at? Clearly, it's the only book we actually have. The Mirage Express Manual. A manual? You think SPO was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? I gotta think real hard about how it was the only book not put back on the shelf in alphabetical order, even though the train had knocked all the books off the shelves. Ah! What the heck is that? Whoa! $72 out of 40. We did it! Yeah! Sonic's alive in the video game world. There are books scattered around the floor here, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone, at the very least, picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. I wish I learned how to do it order! This lack of attention to details isn't normally like you, SPO. Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like this. Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, SPO. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. The Murderer, if you don't mind. I'm on the spot. Could you ask SPO some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz SPO about the manual and prove he read it. What page should I quiz him on? I don't know how many pages there are. We're gonna go to 97. Okay. What if efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, it can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train could clean itself, though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can detect weapons or explosives being brought on the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like SPO aced the question. The Murderer, hit him up with another one. Okay, which page do I choose? I don't know, 231. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you are over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, The Murderer. Let's see if SPO can go 3 for 3. Gotcha, which page should I pick? 56. What was implemented to support the conductor's duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to ensure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. So the conductor disappeared and then the train crashed. That's what really happened. Now that I passed your little test, what if I say no? Totally. It's wild that you were able to retain this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You clearly read the manual. These answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both have the nerve to question my buddy like that. Well, he's got an alibi, but what about you? Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a little suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate, despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can't... SPO, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that is correct. Is there a problem? Well, Rouge was in here. I don't believe that to be true, and we have evidence to back it up. The murderer? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, the murderer. Think. We have a piece of evidence linked that saw somebody reading, but who was that? Well, Shadow came through here. Shadow's locked? Please, pretend. What does that have to do with anything? We're up the murderer. Let's put the argument together. We gotta think real difficult. Sonic may be dead, but he could think real hard. $84 to $50. Let's go. Maybe I should have been a video game player instead of doing microwave chili dogs. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score for long. Crocs are natural gamers. He's pulling his true gamer move. SBO said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, SBO was fully seated reading his book for a good while at that point. We know Shadow had to walk back to the library car where he left the saloon car, so there's absolutely no way Shadow and SBO didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in the book. I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see, I can sense SBO's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock the doors, then at that moment you were really in the library car at all? Were you really in the library car at all? But how would SBO leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw SBO in a saloon car. He can turn invisible. It's a mystery, my dear murderer. One that I would love for SBO to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved with my book, I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car, honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, SBO. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was SBO simply sitting reading? Or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? I will join Tails. No, I can't interrupt Tails if he's onto something. I'll let him continue with this line of questioning and... The murderer, my favorite and beloved employee. Day 1. Please, protect the passengers on board the train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old and feeble soul to get sued. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails! We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence do we have that Shadow and SBO couldn't have seen one another? I guess the only other thing we have is a map. He was simply reading around the wall. Plus, it almost seems like there's a second story or something in there, but that was weird. It didn't let me move left. So many spinning blades coming for Sonic. Got plenty of rings. I mean thoughts. The library map. Oh, I see. See the exits? They're across from one another in a straight path. If Shadow walked in a straight path, there's a way SBO and Shadow couldn't have seen each other. But it looks like you'll have to point out exactly on the map where you mean. A place where SBO Where could SBO have been when Shadow could not see him? I read that wrong. It's not working. Oh, I have to click on the map. I guess here, because then from there it would have been kind of blocked. Here it would have been open. Interesting, that's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, SBO was in the same spot. That confirms it. You see, Shadow and SBO couldn't have seen each other from this spot because the bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen SBO or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you've never mentioned Shadow for sure in SBO. There's just no way you could have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all of our questions. We did it! Another pair of alibis. Validated! Validated alibis. Too many locked doors to worry about. I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. We got plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have left it open when she passed through earlier. We saw the picture of the lock open. Plus, as a detective, Tails should be able to lockpick it. That's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and SBO. Give him heck, and if you need any meat chopped, say the word. I'm gonna ask you to stop saying that. I'll keep my poetry sharp for both of you. A murderer is on the loose. While doors keep getting locked, tick-tock goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. A murderer is on the loose, and you're looking at him. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, the murderer, let's see what's next. I'm coming! I don't like the way I said that. You sure you don't want to stay and look at all the great books a little longer? The mystery calls. Okay, the investigation continues. Goodbye, books. We got the casino car. All right, I'm gonna end this one after the text pops up. So, thank you all so much for watching. We're gonna continue this with the casino car where we have, who is in this one? Blaze and Rouge. So, we'll continue from there next time. I'll see you guys then. We're gonna figure out who murdered Sonic. Whether it was me, the murderer, or somebody else. Have a good one.